Good afternoon. I want to thank you all for coming out today. I'm proud to be here to announce the arrest of 22 individuals as part of Operation Crackdown. These individuals were engaged in a series of illicit deals over a period of a year, and I want to sincerely thank all the agencies that were involved with their cooperation and support and their partnership on this journey to make Mount Vernon safer. Fighting crime is a team effort. Our streets belong to the people, not the criminals. We are working extremely hard to continue to make and keep Mount Vernon safe, and efforts like Operation Crackdown are why crime has dropped by 32% since 2011 and continues to drop. It's not easy, and I want to thank the officers for all involved. And before we walked out, I shared with them that some of the things that these people were involved with may seem small, but they're large in the whole big picture. There are people overseas that mean us harm and that want to hurt this country and hurt this city. The deals and the stuff that they have disrupted and the people they arrested have a form of a connection to domestic terror. And these are the things and these are the battles that we bring straight to their face. We want to make sure that these people behind us know that they not only are keeping the city safe, but they're keeping our country safe. And domestic terrorism has no place in our city, and this is something that we're going to continue to fight and root out like operations like Operation Crackdown. Now I'd like to introduce Commissioner Sean Harris, who will speak at detail. Commissioner Harris.
Thank you, Mayor. So I'm not going to repeat everything the mayor said because he took most of my comments. But one thing I am going to say, I'm going to start off by thanking all the partnering agencies that assisted the Mount Vernon Police Department with Operation Crackdown. And I'm going to start off with the Westchester County Department of Public Safety's Opium and Heroin Task Force, and the Westchester County District Attorney's Office, the FBI Safe Street Task Force, the Westchester County Department of Probation, and most of all, the Mount Vernon Police Department's narcotics unit, the men and women of the Mount Vernon Police Department who got reassigned to assist with this investigation. I'm going to send two messages, very clear. To the residents of this city, thank you for the feedback that you give the department regarding criminal activity that's going on in your neighborhoods. That's the key partnership that we have here with the police and the community, and without them, we cannot do what we do and achieve the results that we achieved today collectively. Two, to the people who wish to come to Mount Vernon and engage in criminal activity, I want to let you know, and I'm going to look straight into your eyes and tell you, this is no longer the city where you are going to feel comfortable engaging in criminal activity and feel like you could do it with impunity. We will find you. We will arrest you, and we will prosecute you. And once you're found guilty, we will incarcerate you. And that's the reason why we have this strong partnership, whether it's with our county partners, state, federal partners. We are all working together. We are sharing intelligence. We are sharing information. It's no longer confined to any one jurisdiction. So if you feel that you could wreak havoc on the streets in the city of Mount Vernon and then go somewhere else, they're going to know you're there, we're going to track you down, and we're going to take care of you. I'm going to end it like this. One thing that I remember as a kid is whenever I did something bad, I wondered when I was going to, get the consequences. But then if it didn't come, the only thing worse than not knowing when it's coming is just the anticipation. The anticipation is worse. So I'm letting you know now, if you wish to engage in criminal activity, whether it's drugs, shooting, homicide, or anything in this city, the anticipation of us coming to get you is going to eat at you, because we will come and get you. Thank you.
So with that, we'll take questions on the topic. So.
Excuse me? We made several arrests starting last Thursday. Until they're all in custody. In the city south side, tell us where these arrests were made. We have all over the city. and outside of the city also. We've arrested persons in other states and in New York City.
And what kind of illicit behavior are we talking about? Like selling of drugs, and tell me what was seized.
Selling drugs, distributing drugs, heroin, preying on the people that live in this city.
Have they all been charged?
Say again?
Have they all been charged, and what's
Yes.
the charges?
So the majority of the charges, the crux of the investigation is selling and distribution of narcotics. So the primary charges with the people that you see here are criminal sale of a controlled substance.
Are they all Mount Vernon residents?
Yes.
Tell me any specifics when it comes to these criminals, alleged criminals. Do they have a criminal history? Do they know each other? Were there any relatives that were in on this together?
Well, as I just stated, that everybody on that board is Mount Vernon residents. So a lot of them have associations, whether you have some that's family, and you have others that are associated through whether they grew up together or they just know each other. You know, this is a small community, so there are associations.
Can you say anything about like a father-daughter duo?
I don't know the relationship of two of them. I believe one of them is a father-daughter.
Okay, and tell us more about that, and just in general, the connections that these people have, the relationships they form, and how you're trying to crack down on that.
Well, it's not the police's role to rear people's children, but our role is to reach our children through different community programs that the mayor and the city is engaging in, whether it's through our school resource officer program, our DARE officers that go into our schools and teach our young people about the dangers of drugs and engaging in criminal activity. So that's our role. But our role is not in the household, and it's unfortunate that we do have a situation where we have a parent and a child that's engaged in this type of activity.
So before you get to that question, I just want to add that there is a bigger picture here. And I want to remind everybody, not too long ago, a vehicle was rented and it mowed down people on the west side of Manhattan as part of a terrorism attempt. And when you think of the role that these activities play into a larger scheme, they're paying for actions that are attacking the city and attacking this country. The distribution of these drugs on our streets fund a war on terror that we need to make sure we win. And when you think about the relationship between these, while some of which may seem to be small, but they're connected to a broader web that funds a dark economy that's trying to destroy America. These are the things that happen on the local forefront, and these people behind us are heroes. They went out and made sure that they found these people, they did their research, they had a year-long operation, and they cracked down on at least 22, and there are a few more that they're zeroing in on. But the bottom line is this effort will continue to make sure we rid our streets of guns and drugs, to make sure that Mount Vernon is safe and continues to get safer.
Now, is this part of the gang, or are these separate individuals involved in criminal?
These are people that live in the city that engage in criminal activity.
But not their gang?
No, we haven't identified them as a gang, no.
Can you explain, it says you're still looking for 6 people, but there's 10 individuals who don't say arrested, and colored pictures, have they been arrested, or are these who you're looking for?
Well, we have 22 that have been arrested.
Right.
We have persons that have sealed indictments, and that's the reason why we're not showing their pictures.
No, but there's 10 individuals whose photos are here. Can you explain who they are? Because there's 22 arrested.
But those are the ones that we're still looking for.
Okay, because there's 10, and then there's 6 on here where it says they're still looking for.
All right, well,
Sorry, I don't know how to pick them.
well, we have 22 that's arrested,
Okay.
and you have 10 photos there. We have
Still looking
32.
for 10.
Yes.
What else did you seize? Weapons, cash? Can you give us a dollar amount?
No, we don't have that. This is part of a year-long investigation. This wasn't, like we did a search warrant on a house, and we, took certain items from that location. No, this is these arrests are based on a long-term investigation.
But you can confirm weapons, heroin, and...
No, I'm not going to confirm that. So,
You said that.
no. What I just said is that
About 5 minutes ago. You told me heroin.
this is part of a heroin task force, and these arrests are related to the criminal sale of controlled substances.
So you can't tell specifically what you see?
Well, no, we didn't seize anything. This is part of a long-term investigation. Like I just said, this was not part of, like, you have search warrants where you go to locations and you seize evidence. This wasn't like that. This is a result of a, year-long investigation.
Of those 22 arrested, how many were arrested in the city of Mount Vernon?
How many was arrested
How many
in?
were arrested in the city of Mount Vernon? You said some were arrested outside, but how many were arrested here? By
The majority of them. I'm not going to give you an exact number, but the majority of them.
In their homes, in businesses?
In various locations. Wherever we found them, that's where we got them.
What's next? Their arraignments, is that what's next?
Most of the parties, the ones that were arrested, have been arraigned already. A lot of them were, the majority of them were arrested last Thursday.
Were they brought up on misdemeanors, felonies, charges also? You indicated that there's a range of charges that were brought up, but the task force is heroin. So what the arrest,
Excuse me, I don't want to cut you off and I don't want to be rude, but are you a member of the press?
I'm a member of the community.
All right, so I'll talk to you afterwards, all right? I'm only accepting questions from the press right now. Thank you.
Just one more question.
Yes, sir.
Of those 22, any one of them were local business owners that had legit work, had business,
Business owners?
like a food storefront or anything like that?
Not that I'm aware of. Anybody know that? No? No. So like I just want to end on this. Like the mayor touched on before. These are serious offenses that affect our community. But this is a smaller part of the broader issue. See, we don't grow heroin in Mount Vernon. We don't we don't package all this and ship it from Mount Vernon. This is part of an elaborate overall network that we work with our federal partners with to investigate bigger investigations. So hopefully some of these arrests would lead to other investigations and other arrests where we could get the so-called big fish.
You talk about domestic terrorism. What are you trying to say, that these people, these suspects, were going to, they're terrorists, that they're terrorists?
When you step back and look at how terrorism is funded, it's not funded by selling things on Amazon. It's funded by selling illicit paraphernalia like drugs and weapons, like you referenced earlier. So the monies that are flowing through the streets that are buying these are going back to fund operations that are attacking us in various ways. And I say domestic terrorism. If you're dealing with someone that has, a perfectly normal family, like many in this area that have good families, and they're dealing with drug addiction or other types of threats that are entering the home, we want to make sure that we take the fight to where it belongs, to the people that are bringing the wrong things into your home. And the bad thing is when you buy these paraphernalia, these illicit items, they go back to fund operations like terrorism. So there is a connection, but right now we know that we have 22 people that were arrested. There are a few more that have that are on the radar that they're searching for. And the bottom line is we're taking every step we can to bring the fight to domestic terror that we can. And this is something that is a big operation that's been going on for at least a year. And I can tell you that we're not done. We're just getting started. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.